So let's talk about the fact that all the drugs in the world which are bad for us, like cocaine, heroin, weed, and every one of those bad drugs that you know, are all vegans. All the alcohols, wine, red wine, beer, well, guess what? All of them are vegan. They're vegetarian. Think about this logically. Use your brain here. This is a big brain thinking. This is like 1080p IQ, 1080 IQ. I just thought about it recently. Every drug used is vegan. Maybe some supplements, I don't count the supplements as a drug. So if you see this, there was actually a drug that people take. What's it's like it was like looking like a nut in an island. It was a highly addictive drug. In India, most people are addicted here to tobacco. Tobacco is actually a vegan. It's a vegan substance. So in like where I live in my community in Hindus, we don't eat meat on Monday and Thursday because it is believed that this is the God's day and we shouldn't eat kill an animal. Well, actually, people drink alcohol on these days. Why? Because it's so happens to be that alcohol is actually vegan. Veganism is not good for us. Is what I actually made a video on that every single vegan without an exception is eating meat. He's just eating the meat of a plant. I have a video on this my channel in more details explaining that how it works. But basically, an apple is meat. It just this plant's meat and it's a bit sweet. Same goes for mango. It's a plant meat. It's just sweet and it's different in color than regular meat. That's it. So my point here is if every single drug without an exception is vegan, well, how is it that veganism is so good for us? Well, guess what? Every one of those vegan influencers, there was actually even one lady who was a vegan influencer, and she was a vegan, not vegetarian. So she was literally a raw vegan. She was eating vegetables raw, and she died due to malnutrition and lack of calories. There was another incident where you can look this one online. I don't have the report and the newspaper, but the mother actually gave her children, her son, a raw vegan diet, and she was a raw vegan herself. So her son actually died from a malnutrition because she was a vegan. So her milk, like she was actually breastfeeding him, but her milk was low quality milk because she was a vegan. And non-vegetarian, what you call meat eaters, are in a weird way do eat the plant's meat because here's how it is: a vegetarian will eat the rice, a non-vegetarian will eat the rice same, but he just adds chicken on top of the rice. That's it. He both ate the rice, right? And non-vegetarians, so-called the meat eaters, which are hated somewhat, they actually eat the vegetarian meat as well. Like for example, they could be eating vegetables meat, let's say broccoli, potato meat, broccoli meat. They eat this meat, and every animal is without a doubt a meat eater. A cow eats meat of a plant. Plant eats meat of microorganism. So guys, stop this craze of veganism. It's not healthy. It's just that we had this perfectly balanced diet where we are eating meat, milk, vegetables, fruits. It was level 10 diet. Now it's got level 5 diet because we removed the meat. And if you remove the animal product, it will become level 4 diet like honey and milk and all the dairies. It will become level 4 diet. It's not the actual representation, but you got the idea. It was just we had this perfectly balanced diet, omnivore. We take out the meat, we got vegetarian. We take out the milk, we got vegan. It's not got any better. It got worse. It got worse and worse and worse. It never got any better. This is I was actually thinking of the drugs of caffeine. So caffeine is actually a drug. Many people don't know this maybe, but it's a legal drug. Caffeine, coffee. Most of you drink that. And I just took. I had to took like 600 milligrams of caffeine for my exam. I passed that exam day. I taking caffeine, and it's made me think. I had this thought back a few days ago that all drugs are vegan. That was a vegan drug. Like caffeine is actually vegan. It's come from a plant. Weed comes from a plant. How is it that the veganism is good for us? It's like most of the plants we can't eat. Majority of the plant we cannot eat them. but you can literally eat like snakes by heating it, boiling it, so that its poison will die out, and we can eat those. Like if you've seen Man vs. Wild, the Real Girls show that used to come on the Discovery, I think it might still be on now. He used to eat snakes, and it was fine. He didn't die. I'm not telling you to eat snakes. I don't think snakes are such a good quality of meat for us because they can be risky. But what I'm saying is, it's not magic that veganism is no magic. Our ancestors were not vegan. If you think about veganism concept, when did it came from? Well, it came in 90s. Well, about before 90s, there were people who were not getting meat because the kings and queens and they were all taking all their meat and giving their citizens bread. Why? Why were they giving grains to their citizen? Well, the reason why was because the meat, if you think about it, was hard to produce. We didn't had this level of agriculture, machinery to produce that much meat. So this is what the kings and queens did. If you think about every single warrior, they weren't vegan. Tell me one warrior, yeah, from any great war where the whole army was vegan. It's never happened. It's not good for us. This was actually the part two of the video. I actually want to add this in the previous part, but I thought that video might get a bit long and it will become boring, so I added this in the second part. So I might just name it as a part 2 maybe. And if you find any value from this video, oh wait, before I forget, here's actually a good one. Many people have this thyroid problem in thyroid gland. It's actually because of the lack of iodine. Iodine is in meat. Protein, you can actually get a protein from vegan source, no problem. But creatine, no vegan source has a creatine. There's some studies showing that the milk has a creatine, but it's so small that even if you eat like drink like gallons of milk, you're not gonna get enough creatine. No matter how much milk you drink, if you drink the milk the whole day, didn't drink water, didn't eat food, just milk, you're still not gonna get creatine enough because creatine is this magical thing that is good for our muscles. You know, the creatine supplements is good for muscle, but it's good for brain as well. It literally makes the vegan more smarter by 5 to 10%. 10% if they are completely vegan and never eat meat. There's a study showing that when they give the creatine to vegans, well, guess what? The people actually become more smarter. And it has to do with the fact that the creatine actually improves the mitochondrial function in the brain. It acts here because the most fattiest organ in our entire body is our brain. Brain is the most fattiest organ. It has the most fat. I know it because I ate brains of goat, so I know that how much fatty it is. So you don't get the creatine, and you don't get a lot of nutrition, like a lot of malnutrition happens because of veganism, and they say it's healthy. If you are not eating meat for religious reason, tell me in the comments. I'll be able to help you out with that. But if you are eating it because of the health reason that it is more sustainable, guys, it's good for health. It's not. The reason why most people can't digest meat, like some people feel sick and they get the black poop, like their poop literally becomes black, is because they number one lack hydrochloric acid HCl. So what you can do is take betaine hydrochloride or apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. So lemon juice has the least acid, apple cider vinegar has more, and betaine hydrochloride HCl, just look it online, has the most. So depending on how much lower your stomach acid is, you have to take this to be able to digest meat. Because if you don't and say, what's the big deal if I don't? That lower stomach acid becomes a really worse problem in the future. You have to fix it. If you can't digest meat, and if you're transitioning from vegan to a meat eater, don't directly start taking it. Just start with apple cider vinegar and lemon juice. And second thing is the enzymes. So we need the enzymes to digest meat. Certain enzymes, they are found in, if you eat pineapple and mango. If you eat pineapple or mango with the meat, it would be great. And certain HCLs actually comes with the already having enzymes in them, the supplements. You can take those. And also the zinc. If you think about the zinc, it's mostly in plant, not plant, actually animal products. Like oyster has the most zinc, and why zinc? Because zinc is this mineral that we need to produce testosterone. Zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D is what we need to produce testosterone. Vitamin D is for free. Get it from sun. Don't take the supplements; they are bad. Majority of them. Or you can take the cod liver oil, which is again not vegan. It's not a vegan source. About the magnesium, they're found in leafy greens. I'm not against vegetables or fruits. I do eat them, and I think the fruits will be a better option for magnesium for some people because of the digestive issues. But the apart from that, these two, okay, one is free or from animal, one is from plant, and zinc is from, because it's hard to get the zinc. Like how many grams of the food you have to eat to get the zinc? Just Google those up, like high zinc foods, and you realize how hard it is to get the zinc. And it is really this great important thing for our testosterone, for our fertility. So if you found a value from this video, then click like, subscribe to the channel, and maybe you want to share this with a vegan friend who don't eat meat and call it, oh, meat is bad for you, it causes heart attack. No guys, meat don't cause heart attack. If you say you're eating like processed meat from McDonald's, yeah, you are gonna die from heart attack. Don't be dumb, don't eat the junk food, don't eat the low quality meat, just eat the high quality meat, like the meat, actual real meat, instead of the fake plant meat that they are calling healthy. Just read the ingredient list, you'll realize it's not healthy at all.